Hi and welcome back. We are looking at Module 1, Properties of Matter, and we are starting today with Inquiry Question 2, which is Atomic Structure and Atomic Mass. So let's have a look at the structure of the atom. To recap some of those terms that you would have been familiar with from Stage 5, we're looking at our electrons, and our electrons are those really small subatomic particles that carry that negative charge. They are found orbiting the nucleus and have very, very little mass compared to that of a proton, so contribute very little to the mass of the atom. Looking at the protons here with their positively charged particles and found in the nucleus, they're heavier than the electron, and it's what actually defines what our element is. So the other component of our atom is our neutrons, and our neutrons are also found inside the nucleus and also have no charge, but they do have mass, same mass as that of the proton. So our nucleus is where our protons and neutrons are found. The energy shells or electron shells are found orbiting the nucleus. And then we also have our atomic number, the number of protons in an atom, and our atomic mass, which we'll look into a little bit more later on in this module, looking at our protons. It's our protons plus our neutrons. So looking at our structure of an atom, again, you've seen this in Stage 4, but when we have a look at the element on the periodic table, and you can see that here above me, we can see that we have a couple of numbers on our elements that we see on the periodic table. So we have 6 at the top, that's our atomic number. C, that's the symbol that the element has, the name it has, and you can see underneath there the atomic mass. So the number of protons the atom has, that's your atomic number. And the number of electrons is usually the same as the number of protons, unless of course it's an ion. And then we have our mass number. Now the mass number is the protons plus the neutrons. Now you can see here on our element all above me there, it's 12.01, and we're going to look at why is that not a whole number if in fact our protons plus our neutrons equal the atomic mass. So again, the atomic number is often given the letter Z to represent the atomic number, and that's our number of protons in the nucleus, and our mass number is given the number, or rather the letter A, and it's also sometimes known as the nucleon number because that is the number of particles within our nucleus there. So let's have a look at an example. We've got chlorine. Chlorine is element number 17. Now you can see here, this is in a different format to what we just saw on the previous slide. So we need to have an understanding about how things are represented, because sometimes you might see things in a different way. The previous slide is more of a typical way that you might see it. But of course, if you have an understanding of the structure of the atom, you would know that the smallest number there, element or number 17, would be the number of protons that we have. 37 is a greater number, so that would be the number of protons plus neutrons. So if I've got 17 protons in my nucleus and we have a mass of 37, the difference between them is 20, and therefore there are 20 neutrons inside that atom. So we'll have a bit of a practice at these in class, and we'll talk about them a little bit more then. See you then.